Everybody, this is Matt from alphamatfitness.com coming at you with another video. Man, I just want to start by saying, so fucking sick of winter. It is ridiculous at this point. It's like going on to February now, and this shit just will not stop, man. There's like so much white shit coming from the coming down, from the sky, and snow. For those of you who don't never seen it before. Ice, and it's fucking -5 degrees today. It's like going into a freezer almost, and like you feel like your whole world's like an ice box, right? But anyways, I've had enough of this, and I can't really wait till it's done and over with. So sorry about that rant. So let me just get right into the video here. Today I kind of want to talk about my evolving approach to diet and nutrition. And this is going to be kind of a little bit of a history lesson or a story on how my understanding of nutrition and how it kind of falls into fitness has evolved over the years. So, I kind of got into fitness and nutrition and this whole thing with trying to, change your body, back when I was in my late teens. Probably started when I was like even a kid watching movies like Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee, or Van Damme movies, or Rocky movies, like Rocky 4, man. Oh, I remember Rocky 4. When I saw Rocky, man, I'm like, a body can look like that? Holy. And I'm like, wow, man, the training scenes and the training montage is like the rippling abs, man, I was like, man, I want that, man. That's freaking amazing. Watching him train always got me pumped up, I remember watching that stuff in my grandparents' basement, and I was like, oh, man, I'm gonna be like that, right? So, I was a kid, I first saw that, and I was inspired by all that, the power and strength, and sort of the empowerment that you get through physical strength and exercise, and then it kind of tied into like how we all kind of want to be superheroes, right? Now little kids, little boys always want to be like superheroes, right? So it's like seeing these guys, like, wow, that's like the closest thing you can get to being a superhero, right? So, but anyways, when I was a kid, I started out that way, then evolved when I was like 16, 17, maybe around 18. I started really getting into like actually going to the gym, and that's when I got a gym membership, probably 17, and I started working out at the gym, and then learning about nutrition and all that stuff, right? And it kind of started out like way everyone else starts out with nutrition, right? So what do you do? There's a lot of products on the market. There's a lot of advice going around. There's a lot of myths and things which people that go to the gym like to call bro science, which is basically just like, it works for this guy claims that it works and it does magic, right? It's kind of like the same place where the myth of like you get rippling abs by doing hundreds and hundreds or thousands of crunches and sit-ups upside down in every other angle and twisting your abs around, and that's going to get you abs. Same kind of thing as a myth like that, right? So it's just like, so things like eating salads, right? And most of the general population thinks that eat salads, like you'll lose weight, right? Or just eat brown rice and chicken, right? And vegetables, and that's great. Obviously, that's going to work. Or eat things like oatmeal, right? Oatmeal. Everyone always said oatmeal. You go to bodybuilding.com. It's like, oh, steel cut oats. It's like gospel, like oats over there, or boiled chicken, or whatever the hell it may be, or egg whites, right? So like you hear all these things. These things are all great foods, protein packed low in fat, lower in calories, and they're really really clean foods. These are bro science things, right? And there's a lot of confusion with dietary when it comes to diet and stuff, nutrition, especially like with all the options we get, and not to mention we're getting bombarded with all kinds of advertisements for supplements and like protein bars, and like, oh, Slim Fast, have this protein shake, or here's an Herbalife shake, this will accelerate your fat loss, and this and just as a pointer, I just want to say that if anyone claims that they can give you something and you're gonna get uber fast rocket boosted fat loss, it's bullshit. Run the other direction, because it's not. It's fucking bullshit. This the supplement industry, the fitness industry is full of this shit. People trying to market these gimmicks and quick fixes for people, right? Because everyone wants results. Everyone wants instant. Well, it's given that everyone wants results, but everyone wants instant results. Combine that with the fact of being relatively naive in the sense that they don't understand how nutrition works, it's a recipe for disaster, obviously, because people are going to be buying these protein bars, or think they're going to need these protein bars, or think they're going to need these meal replacement shakes, 3 times a day, timed exactly, 2 hours before bed, and this time and that, or during your workout, or within a half hour after workout. Otherwise, your muscles are going to essentially shrivel away into thin air like a fucking snowflake, and it unfortunately doesn't work that way, right? So getting back on track, my knowledge and understanding of nutrition has evolved from simply looking at what other people have said and what seems to work, and just saying, okay, yes, eating chicken breast, vegetables, and brown rice every day will get you lean, because it is practically impossible to eat enough in quantity of those types of food in order to go into calorie surplus. So you're always going to be at a calorie deficit, bare minimum, or calorie maintenance at that point, right? Because think about it, chicken, especially just like a chicken breast with no added sauce, no added condiments, oils, and whatnot like that, it's going to be very nutritionally abundant, in the sense that there's lots of protein in it. There's no fat in it. It's a very clean food, and it's also low in calories. So is like lean cuts of beef and shrimp and seafood and things like that, right? Vegetables are basically nil in calories. There's obviously some calories in vegetables, not a lot, right? So you can eat a mountain of them and literally be stuffed, and you can't eat anymore. You physically cannot eat anymore. You'll throw up, and you will not go over your calorie limit. And same with brown rice. Brown rice is obviously a little bit easier, but it's a fibrous, complex carbohydrate, right? So the chances of going over that are slim as well. So these bro foods and these things, which are very simple and obviously, eat salads. Yeah, eating salads will cause weight loss, of course, because there's like hardly any calories in it. You see people all the time that bring a salad, to work or in the office or to school, and they'll be eating a salad. Like, they go on a diet, and all of a sudden it's like, man, like, you're not on a diet. You just switched to becoming a salad eater, essentially, because that's all you're eating every day. Salad, right? You're putting salad with some dressing on it, right? And then like, there's nothing else in there. There may be chicken. There may be no chicken in there. There's no protein in there, right? So it's just like a 100-calorie salad, and they're gonna be starving in an hour. Or they'll put cheese on it because the cheese, it's fine, right? So I'll get into that later. So it's fine, cheese. Or they're mounting the cheese on, so they got hundreds of calories of cheese. So the point being is, or ranch dressing, because very creamy dressings aren't good either, because it's very calorically dense, right? A lot of fat. Even the light dressings, ranch dressings, are relatively high in calories, because they replace a lot of the fat with like sugars, so you're getting more carbohydrates, but it's like sugar, so it's like empty carbs. It's like, anyways, the point being is, what really was the tipping point for me, for my evolution in understanding food, is understanding that food is essentially macronutrients, so like carbs, proteins, and fats, right? So getting into like demonizing specific foods, classifying things as healthy or unhealthy is an absolute, it's ridiculous, right? You can't, yes, an apple is healthy, right? But why is an apple healthy, right? It's low in calories, it's high in fiber, it's got natural sugars in it, it doesn't have refined sugars in it, it doesn't have a lot of fat in it, right? And and it's only like 110 calories for a medium apple, right? That's why an apple is healthy. An apple's not healthy because it's an apple. No, an apple is healthy because of the nutritional constituents which make up that apple, and combine the the components of the apple. So carbs, proteins, and fats. What are in that apple that makes it so healthy? For example, say a piece of spinach. Is that healthy? Yeah, I guess it would be healthy. This is a vegetable. There's like no calories in it, but there's not a lot of it, right? So like if you only eat one slice of spinach a day, you're starving yourself. So essentially that makes it unhealthy. So you need to look at like calories, proteins, carbs, and fats, and basically that's what it is. When you start understanding those things, as well as things like complex carbohydrates, simple carbs, staying away from simple sugars, and then understanding the different types of fats, and then learning that fat isn't evil as well. We need fats. Fats are vital important of every cell in our body, and all the metabolic processes that happen. Like all of the cell walls in our body are actually composed of fat, like fatty acids or fat, like lipids or something like that, right? So you need fats for the oils in your skin, for everything that happens in your body. You need fats, right? So it's like the media and everything has demonized fat too, right? So like you really think the fat from like you'll get from a piece of salmon or from some avocado is going to be as bad as like the fat that's dripping off of a slice of bacon, for example? They're completely different, right? One is saturated, one is monounsaturated, or you eat nuts, you get a polyunsaturated fat source, right? So it's not bad. You have to limit the amount, but not for the reasons that you may think, right? Mostly because if you watch my other video on Nutrition Fundamentals 101, which I'll put a link in the description box below and also put it right up here, it's basically, fat has 9 calories per gram, right? And then all the other macronutrients like carbs and proteins, 4 calories per gram. So from an energy standpoint, if you have too much fat, it's gonna throw your energy balance all out, right? It's like, say you have 100 grams of fat a day. Like if you have 100 grams of fat a day and you're on a 2,000 calorie diet, okay, so you'll do the math. 100 grams, grade school math here, 100 grams. So if 1 gram of fat has 9 calories, what is 100 grams of fat? 100 times 9. So out of your 2,000 calories, you've consumed 900 calories, of which are from fat. Like that's just, it's preposterous, right? Fat does nothing except carry a lot of energy, and then your body only needs so much healthy fat. And once anything that goes over what your body needs, it's just gonna get converted into fat, like on your body, like body fat. So like you're much better off limiting the amount of fat you have, getting just enough for metabolic functions and health, and limiting saturated fats and trans fats, okay? But getting things like quality protein or complex carbohydrates to fuel your workout, right? Because that's what carbs are. Carbs are fuel. Proteins are building blocks, right? Think of it that way. It's not a very hard to think of it this way. So all the foods that you look at an apple isn't healthy because it's healthy. A salad isn't healthy because it's a salad. A piece of chicken isn't healthy because it's a piece of chicken. It's what's in that, and what is the dietary nutritional label saying about that particular food, and not only that, but within the quantity. Okay, like I said, chicken's healthy, right? So are almonds, right? But if you eat a bucket of almonds, if you manage to eat it, if you manage to get past the physical barrier and actually eat bucket of almonds, I can guarantee you've way overblown your calories. So you have to look at the quantity and you have to look at what you're eating, right? And that's why it's so important that I've come to the point where I'm looking at a form of dieting which is more flexible, right? So I can have, for example, an Eggo waffle, right? Because it's only 80 calories, 3 grams of fat, for example, like 2.5 to 3 grams of protein. So who fucking cares? If I have that and it fits into my diet, it's not gonna kill me. It's not like I'm having a plate of fried chicken. And that's different, because eating a plate of fried chicken is gonna blow your calories away. First off, you're getting a gazillion grams of fat. Second off, you're getting a gazillion milligrams of sodium. I don't know how much sodium you're getting in that, so you're gonna stick on the water. That's not good for you in that sense. And then, the protein in the chicken might be different, but then you might get the fat from the thigh leg or whatever. But the thing is, it's different to treat yourself and have what you want in quantities and factor it in, as long as you're meeting your protein goals and you're having proper amounts of fat, as well as good amounts of complex carbohydrates, right? So, and you're not going over your calories. That's what really matters, right? Like, there's that guy that he literally was on a McDonald's diet, and I've heard of other idiots who have gone on diets where they've basically eaten 2 Big Macs a day and they've lost weight, and and they go around bragging, hey, check it out, look what I did, like it's some sort of gimmick. But it's not. It is simply the energy balance out. It is simply the principles of your energy balance of your body is simply playing out in front of you as you observe it, right? So like, as you're eating 2 fucking Big Macs a day, you're only taking about 1,700 calories, and say you're burning 2,200. Yeah, of course you're gonna lose weight, because you're in a calorie deficit. That's the only reason you're gonna lose weight, and that's what causes all weight loss. That causes all fat loss. Now, if you're not working out, you're not gonna maintain muscle. You lose muscle mass, obviously, if you're in a calorie deficit. There's a lot of other things at play, but the basic things are like, if you eat less than you need, you're gonna lose fat, right? It doesn't matter what it is, right? And the problem with eating like a Big Mac diet is like, I'll make another video about this specifically, but Big Mac diet is you're not getting enough nutrients, and the quality of the food is garbage. There's way too much fat. Everything's off. Like, you're not enough protein, simple sugars. Like, it's awful, right? It's all over the place, right? Another story, another video. But the point is, my understanding of nutrition has evolved to the point now where, I can have a piece of dark chocolate. I factor it in. Yes, it's some carbohydrates, but you know what? I've already hit my protein goals for the day. So I hit my protein goals today. Okay, let me put this other way. These are the 3 questions you need to ask yourself before you eat something. 1, have you hit your protein goals for the day, and is this going to affect it, right? So is this going to blow you over your calories? 2, which probably should have done one, which is this going to overblow your calories, right? Is it going to go over your amount of calories? Going under is not a big deal. Then you can always just, add a little bit of, a scoop of protein powder, right, or whatever to balance it up. But if say you go, is this going to blow you over? Like say you're only taking 2,000 calories. Is this going to push you to 2,700 calories or 3,000 calories? Is it going to? Then it's not good, right? If you have a tenth of the portion, then maybe that'd be fine. A bite, a 2-bite, a small piece of chicken, a chicken wing, 2 chicken wings, whatever, right? It shouldn't matter, right? 3 is there's so much fat in here that basically it's gonna completely fuck up your calories for the day. Like, say you eat something that's pure lard, like you eat a piece of, like you have something with like a shitload of butter on it, right? All that butter is gonna your calories will be up to like say 1,000 calories or more, right? And a lot of it's fat, right? There's no room to get the proper amount of protein anymore. So your macros are now all fucked up, right? So is it gonna fuck up your macros, right? Do you need to eat that much of that particular food? Why not just have a small amount or an amount which factors in, which doesn't screw up the rest of your macronutrients, right? So that's just kind of how I've been going, right? So I'll have an Eggo waffle or 2 here and there, I'll have, dark chocolate once in a while, or even like I've had, well, I haven't had like little ice cream, but like you'd have to buy those little 100-calorie ice cream pack bars, whatever. It doesn't matter. It comes to the energy balance, and this is a better and healthier. So the summary of this video is this is a better and healthier long-term approach. So for you guys out there, bro science is great for, I think, for people that just start out, because it just makes it easy, right? The chicken's healthy, salad's healthy, vegetables healthy, fish is healthy, whatever. That's fine. Once you start understanding how the energy balance works, and you start using tools to track things like MyFitnessPal, you won't have to stick to eating bland foods which are guaranteed to be healthy, and bound to make you eventually just binge or go off your diet, right? So that's kind of where I'm at. I just kind of wanted to share that story with you. Sorry if it was a little bit of a rant, but yeah, it's all about nutrition, and just you'll get there, right? So that's kind of where I'm at, and hope this video helped. If it helped, please subscribe and like the video below. Appreciate it. Visit my website, alphamadfitness.com. I got the daily blog there. Still working on getting subscribers. I think I got 4 subscribers now, and probably are my immediate family or friends that I know. So if this ever blows up, hopefully I can get some likes. Comment below if you agree, if you don't agree. What do you guys think about it, right? Do you think you like my approach? Do you like what I'm thinking? Do you have something to add to it? If so, link below. I try to reply to everything. Right now there's no comments because there's no followers, but if this blows up, I will definitely reply to those comments. So anyways, stay fit, stay focused, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.